Not guilty for now. Yahaya Bello returns to politics amid EFCC's 80 billion naira trial. UBN Investigates. When the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission restated this week that former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello remains innocent until proven guilty in his ongoing 80.2 billion naira fraud trial, the statement was legally sound, constitutionally correct, procedurally expected. But politically, it reopened an old and uncomfortable question for many Nigerians. How does a politician facing one of the largest corruption trials in recent history find himself back in contention for public office almost seamlessly? Yahaya Bello is currently standing trial before the Federal High Court in Abuja over allegations of diversion and misappropriation of Kogi state funds during his tenure as governor. The EFCC insists the case is active, witnesses are being presented, and the outcome rests solely with the judiciary. Yet public reaction tells a different story, one shaped less by court filings and more by lived experience. Just days after declaring interest in contesting the Kogi Central Senatorial seat in 2027, Bello's political rehabilitation became the dominant narrative. To many Nigerians, the timing appeared too convenient. Social media commentary and public discourse quickly drew a conclusion. If he is politically viable again, then perhaps he has been cleared. The EFCC says that assumption is false, but the damage was already done. This is not the first time Nigeria has watched a high-profile corruption case move slowly while the accused re-enters political relevance. From stalled prosecutions to quiet withdrawals of cases, the pattern has repeated across administrations, fueling the belief that anti-corruption enforcement is selective, negotiable, and ultimately subordinate to political utility. The questions Nigerians are asking are not strictly legal, they are institutional. If Yahaya Bello's alleged transactions were flagged, rather than reported, why did the system allow such scale to accumulate unchecked? If the EFCC moved aggressively at one point, why does political re-entry now appear frictionless? And most critically, does political alignment soften accountability? The EFCC rejects this framing entirely, insisting it is neither a political actor nor a tool of the presidency. Officials say party decisions have no bearing on prosecutions and that trials must run their full course regardless of political ambition. But perception in a democracy matters as much as process. Nigeria's political history is littered with figures who faced serious allegations, only to return, rebranded, repositioned, and sometimes rewarded. In many cases, charges lingered unresolved for years, lost momentum, or quietly faded from public view. What followed was not justice delayed, but justice forgotten. This cycle has consequences. When alleged corruption carries no immediate political cost, deterrence collapses. When public office becomes a revolving door rather than a line of accountability, governance suffers. And when legal presumption of innocence is repeatedly conflated with moral exoneration, public trust erodes. The Yahaya Bello case now sits at the intersection of law, politics, and precedent. If a politician under trial for 80.2 billion naira in alleged fraud can campaign freely, gain party backing, and re-enter the national conversation without resolution of his case, then the message to the political class is unmistakable. Time and alignment may matter more than transparency and accountability. For ordinary Nigerians, traders, workers, students, business owners, the implications are personal. Every unresolved corruption case represents roads not built, hospitals underfunded, schools without teachers, and a currency weakened by stolen confidence. It reinforces a system where power insulates rather than exposes. The EFCC is correct on one point. The court will decide Yahaya Bello's guilt or innocence. But history will judge something broader, whether Nigeria continues to recycle political elites under a cloud of unresolved allegations, or finally draws a clear line between public service and public trust. What happens next will not only define one man's political future, it will help determine how seriously accountability is taken in Nigerian democracy. For more in-depth reporting, breaking updates, and analysis that puts today's headlines into clear perspective, subscribe to UBN and click the notification button so you never miss a story that affects your life, your business, and the country.